Hello, in this video we're going to look at how to use the bridging technique to convert from a given unit to the desired unit using your unit conversion chart. The unit conversion chart is set up with the US customary on one side, the metric in the center, and then the US customary to metric on the right hand side. On the front page, page 1, you'll find the length conversions, then the area conversions. Page 2, you'll find volume and then weight. And then the last page, there's some other conversion units, should you need them. So let's start off. We're going to start off with some steps. So an easy one, convert 32.8 inches to feet. Now the first instinct is just, we know that there's 12 inches in a foot, so we just want to divide or multiply something to do with 12. I want to break you of that habit and have you set up a conversion using a system so that you can do it with the easy ones and the hard ones and face any conversions you have to do. So to set it up, first thing you're going to do is write down the amount you need to convert as a fraction. So if it's not already written as 1, put it over 1. So 32.8 inches over 1. Next, you're going to make a conversion bridge by putting the units you want to get rid of on the opposite side of the fraction. So here's your fraction right here, 32.8 inches. We want to get rid of the inches, so the opposite side would be the denominator so we can cross them out. So we're going to put them down here. The ones we want to change are going to go down here so that they can cross, the inches can cross out. Then the units we want to get are on the top. So the ones we want to go to are going to be on the top. I got the 12 inches equals 1 foot from my unit conversions equivalency handout. Although it is probably one you know, the other ones you might not know so much, so you look there for it. So now you've got that set up. You're going to cross out the inches. You've got the unit you need is feet. You finish by using your rules for multiplying and dividing fractions. You multiply across the top, you get 32.8 feet. Multiply across the bottom, you get 12. And you need to remember that a fraction means divide. So 32.8 divided by 12 is 2.73 repeating, or we'll do 2.73 feet. And those units are really important, 2.73 feet. Okay, let's look at another example. But first, one thing I should tell you, inches squared can be written like this, or it can be written as square inches. Same thing with, you can write feet cubed with a little 3 or cubic feet. So people do both of these. We did 32.8 inches and converted it to feet by dividing by 12, but you need to be super careful because 32.8 square inches to square feet does not mean divide by 12. Look at that unit equivalency chart. Square is 12 on one side and 12 on the other, so that is actually 144. So to do that, you would actually divide by 144. It's not obvious, and people make that mistake a lot. So use your conversion handout. Okay, so we're going to convert 720 square feet to square inches. So we start off, step 1, put it over 1. Step 2, take the thing we want to get rid of and put it in the denominator. So we're going to make a bridge. And we want to get rid of square feet, we'll put them in the bottom. We want square inches, we put it on the top. And this number, the 1 and the 144, we get by looking at our conversion sheet. So I just get the square feet because I know it's what I want to get rid of, so I can cross them out. Square inches are what I want, so I put it on the top, and then I look at what the conversion numbers are. Now I multiply across the top, and I get 103,680 square inches. Across the bottom, it's just 1, or that's your answer. Okay, let's check another one out. Convert 2,350 cubic inches to cubic feet. Okay, we're going to get rid of, put it over 1. We're going to get rid of cubic inches. So cubic inches are going to go on the bottom. We want cubic feet, they're going to go on the top. So cubic inches on the bottom, cubic feet on the top. I look at my conversion handout and I see that there's 1,728 cubic inches right here and 1 cubic foot. So I put that number in. Across the top I get 2350. On the bottom I get 1728 because the cubic inches have canceled out. There's no units down here anymore. And my final answer is going to be 1.36 cubic feet. So if you got to this point, you're doing well. Look at these problems and don't try to solve these, just try to set up the bridges. And you can pause the video here and see if you can set these bridges up. And then I'll show you what the answers are. Okay, so for this first one, I'm getting rid of the feet. I put them on the bottom. I put gallons on the top. I look at my conversion sheet. So that's the setup. And here's the rest of them. For this one, I did a game plan. I went from ounces to pounds to gallons. So I got rid of ounces, went to pounds, got rid of pounds, and went to gallons. And I didn't pick up any calculators. I'm not doing any multiplying. Okay, let's move on. This one's a little trickier. It's got multiple units on the top and the bottom. So let's convert 12,000 BTU per hour to joules per second. We need to change 2 units. We're going to do 2 bridges. So in the first bridge, we want to get rid of the BTUs. We're going to go BTUs to joules. So we're going to get rid of BTUs. We're going to put them in the denominator. I'm going to go to joules. We're going to put them in the numerator. So I'm going to look at my conversion sheet and find out that there's 1,055 joules per BTU. And the BTUs will cancel out. Next, and here's the weird part, I want to get rid of hours. Hours are in the denominator. So if I want to cancel them, I can't put hours in the denominator again. I have to put them in the numerator. So I put hours in the numerator. And I wanted seconds. You won't find this on the conversion sheet. You'll have to figure this one out. But 60 times 60, 3,600 seconds. So now the hours will cancel out. And across the top, we multiply those together, those numbers, across the bottom, and then we divide. And we get 3,516.7 joules per second. All right. Convert 35 gallons per minute to liters per second. Going to get rid of gallons on the bottom and go to liters on the top. And I find that conversion on my sheet. Get rid of minutes. Should cross those out. I don't see a cross out for those. I'm going to get rid of minutes. And if I want to get rid of the minutes, so get rid of the gallons there. If I'm going to get rid of the minutes, they go on the top, and seconds are going to go on the bottom. So minutes are going to go away. And then multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. To finish this up, we're going to divide. And our units are what's left over, liters per second. And just to give you an idea, a couple of visuals to help you visualize how many cubic inches are in a cubic foot, or what it looks like to compare cubic inches to a gallon to cubic foot. So here's your last challenge. It's to convert the following measurements. And again, you can pause the video here, and after you've solved these, then I will show you the answers. So for this one, meters goes on the bottom, feet on top, multiply across the top. There's your answer. For this one, inches on the bottom, meters on top, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide. There's your answer. Don't forget the units. There we go. There we go. So again, don't forget the units. Big G is another way of saying gallons. All right, I hope this video has been a help. So just remember to make bridges, cross out the units you need, and do your conversion sheet. Thanks.